dan e wo Dubai. Ibrahim Mama got the gold nyina ya di amano. Then we sit down and allow them to go the same tangent. It will not happen again. Nanu someone kasi amuka ni na esi mu dintro. Mu si na mu ho nyina so. Ya the minimum 8 years. You couldn't prove. You couldn't prove. Ya pa mama abafia instead of you to think, rethink. Na mo started dintro. Yesi be ya no a. We say be dem nko ya be china. You have unemployed militants. Na supporters now mugu okwa omunu hu na ye mbobo. Some NPP supported them. Misa de chi ye no mu didi ye omu nim ye ombedi. Sikan kofu we be fum krom ha 8 good years. Wunu wu de wunya asan. Wunya asan. Look, Kontompuli cha by 4. Kontompuli cha by 4. Every liar is a criminal. A liar is a criminal. Why do you see? It's so embarrassing that a political party, wababa rule of my 8 years, ya pamufra bensono, and within 3 years, you gather yourself to go and defend a criminal. You are defending a criminal. So, wapa omupa omuya den. Until Fordjours be arrested.
Whenever I say ma PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Cause be a wusu information be MED ana ambulance here by here. Wo say be see way cocaine ebefa money laundering ni meka ho no beboa. Reverend Ntim Fordjours say onboa. Onye ready. Ti eba na sa no so etose bi a ye ge permission fee speaker of parliament wo wi a ebe hia so say ye ba na invite o. Enti ye ko invite na nya chi enya ntokwa. Uti asama NPP supporters kasa wo hwe Justin Kodua nensamo Kenya omo general secretary wo hwe na bia na akoye se Rambo style bigidi bi invitation on the amano so omo hia wadwentre besi nde na court control commission afro sa nakok afro se bra na bebu omo no omo hwe kwan befa so that's because enya sema eda ho trasa national security threat. Reverend John Ntim Fordjours say brana muntumenhwe no mfa ye ntu ye we reverend man of God what that asoye Victory Bible Church no sanctuary we slegon when ye rest we sofo mapa enti no kra no so wo so won kra wo evidence brana be bom penifo asem na no Ghana for asem na no ba ye guso yenya mekwaso wo bia we live feed na dey bro no enti ye sanya feed ni bioma ye no be kone akohwe what is happening now or Reverend Ntim Fordjours fie because ade a mekọ no ya hwe ni abi be dane asem na ma asem na hunya say asif say we chance ni bi no obi die ne chenchan attack bi na so entesa ye inviting sombra na omuntutu na no eno ane asem abe enti ye hwe say ye nya feed ni bioma ye bekọ na ya san akọ nti mete no ye be san akọ na ya akọhwe ma ekoso ho nti mete nti ora Felix Ofosu kwache nensam so de atodwa afa no Reverend Ntim Fordjours sensem no ho ti se ma me Kenya ono so de atodwa se Reverend Ntim Fordjours ohia so cooperating na nensem no omutumi hum na ye because my kaka no Felix Ofosu kwacha oye Minister of Communication in charge of government communication and wababe kasa say Reverend Ntim Fordjours won send me or the evidence abe hu plain in my buyer sentite buyer photo develop on be hu edwon waka ni na so still Reverend Ntim Fordjours na yesi breya aye bibie o wo ma ye nkonkohwe honorable Felix Ofosu kwache no so nsem odi atodwa efa no Reverend Ntim Fordjours member of parliament dema Ascent South.
You know, he says that, even the tires that were brought could not have been brought because there's no cargo compartment on the plane. Which begs the question, so that the crew that operates on that aircraft, their luggage, where do they put it? And these are tires and, boxes containing some accessories, I believe, and 2 boxes that can fit into a saloon car. How much more a plane? So how does this become the reason why anybody says that there are drugs on the plane and that there was money laundering? So you see, and indeed, I watched... I take the criticism about our own approach. Of course, we live to learn every day. And I think that is feedback that we can use. But I think he makes the most telling analysis of Ntim Fordjour's behavior, which I think you in the media should be making. You see, people cannot get up and say what they want. When they are pressed for information and they go scouting and say that somebody has said this, it doesn't add up, so what I'm saying is true. When he himself has failed, for what reason? He who has abused parliamentary privilege. And I'm putting it on record that if he says there were drugs on the plane and there was money laundering, he is peddling falsehood in the face of irrefutable documentary evidence.
Iti Honorable Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, or a Minister of State in charge of Government Communication. Onona Ode and Sema Ekoso Efano Reverend Ntim Fordjour the narration and some of the tuja say made a besi Kutuka International Airport cocaine and money laundering in a besi ho. Watch him Sansemina no Eyakoye say Besrim Kebin or Kaye Besinde on to me my evidence bia ye invite you swat was a womba and then the Yakofo ya acquires will be I saw near Cochena by force a invitation Branda Becas because I saw no Melkon Waka. Aye bibi ewo no tarnish the image of the government. Aye government Ghana no tarnish the image. Actually the Western world and we are seeing na make us say you and cry the letter ba actually so mohwe na ebuanti a Reverend Ntim Fordjour you the right in the needful thing we are suffer na bibia entumi enye kama sa. Okay. Yes, sign ako East Legon, the residents wo na yakohwe asama akoso wo Reverend Ntim Fordjour.
That the people that they are the reason why we are where we are. Not all criteria. You have enough information that borders on national security. This one borders on national security. The integrity of the state. Our government is less than 3 months. If they are not getting 100%, today, it's right. And somebody is already saying that okay, if the person just meant to destroy the image of the country, that is their modus operandi. They are not satisfied that Ghanaians are giving them 38.2%. They are not happy. So they want to destroy the country. Because they want to run away from. Have you seen the recent from Japan? From Japan. These are the characters we are dealing with. They have to. These containers are able to be identified. They can have containers and everything.
That you are his lawyer and so you are here to make some interventions.
Well, he called me. He told me that to come immediately because they've surrounded his house. Well, obviously, I'm a colleague, a former colleague, and also I practice law. So let me find out what is going on. Before we can advise him because it's a bit, frightening.
Preliminary information as to why the NIB is in his house.
I'm not too sure, but I told him that if there's a search warrant, you should see it before you let them in. Because you can't invade somebody's privacy without an order of the court. Yes. So this is where we all have to watch, and if there's anything to invite him, you can invite him. But if you besiege his house, a sitting member of parliament.
But parliament is on recess.
Whatever it is, whatever it is. You see, if it's a drama, then you want to blackmail and intimidate people. But you don't need drama to do investigations. I have come to learn that almost serious investigations are submarine. You don't even know that they are even investigating you.
And that is what they are doing. But your members or probably the supporters heard it, and they are all here at this moment.
Well, I don't know no, but I don't know what they want to do with this. Understand? Because if you brought a common criminal, on the scene, then it's fine. A member of parliament, the people here, the policemen even outside.
This is not the first time we're witnessing a thing like this, whether in the current or previous governments.
It's all wrong. Whether it's in the previous government or not, two wrongs will not make one right. But what I'm saying that let's have decency because we are still in the rule of law. It was the rule of law that brought President Mohammed in. He swore on the Bible and the Constitution. What has changed? We are not even 1 year in his government, and we are seeing all manner of theatrics and intimidations and all sorts of
Enti adiatena no Reverend Ntim Fordjours fie na yehu se mpenifo kasa no ne fie was Painters Road ho na make say yeni fie nya feed na NPP supporters fo ekoguo ene meka ho mo kasa bebrebe ne lawyers kasa no nsem na no nya dia bibibia gidigidi bia ya to nsa for Reverend Ntim Fordjours say Reverend wona wode nsem abetodwa ese cocaine ni money laundering tina made no ebesi Kotoka International Airport enti bibi ni a tu anamona bra na yendi nkomo ne nhwe ma eti wo say wo evidence bi woni ma woka na yengina so mfanya adwuma asem na anani enti mekoso no ye chese NPP supporters ekogu obebre enya de ayebo karat busli bi epim wo emunsem na no so abansa nti mekoso no yenya feed ni biom bibia ni ebesa akofi ho na yakohwe ma ekoso wo ho na bibia etumi akọ enkan sa baby adri de honorable James Jachi Question ye be kai papa yasema honorable James Jachi Question member of parliament ba Asan South say make us say high court akwete no discharge no fa no nsem bia ye de ball no criminal charges link it to allegations of dual citizenship ebe pm mokai owura Jachi Question na ye twene ha na ye twene ha na ye twene ha na ye twene ha make us say the Accra High Court akwete and discharge owura Jachi Question ne dual citizenship case no so ya twene no emu nsem ni bebre na nkasa nsesi ya de owura Jachi Question yese ne ho acquitted and discharged onko no ne busua ene ne constituency for enkwaji omani no nko so enye MP mfembu omani nti we ya de akoso na owieye no oni media ne interaction a omudi enkomo also okay nti yes I akọ Ntim Fordjours fie hobium because ehwura ayebutubutu. Okay, says ya de leader edema minority no afenyo market no kasa mo me nkotie na no DSM number
the interrogation or whatever they want to do. I don't understand why government is defying such arrangement with parliament. So we are going to prompt Mr. Speaker of this happening. The Minister of Interior, who has responsibility for national security matters, who himself is a member of parliament, would also be written to, because we don't understand this Rambo style approach. When we know that in the 6th, 7th and 8th parliament, and in fact even in this 9th parliament, we've had such practice. What we saw here this morning really was in a very bad taste, to get armed police, bring NIB officials to come. Then no MP is safe, no politician is safe.
But do you feel this impunity has been breached one way or the other?
Is what?
Immunity. Pardon me.
But it is clear. Yeah. What they've done is a breach of privilege and immunity. It's obvious.
Leader, do we get the indication that they've written to the speaker? The speaker has agreed for him to be interrogated, and that has not been carried.
If any letter had been written, it would have been brought to my notice. When a letter was written for Kwame A+ and the other colleague, you know, it came to light. This is similar to the Rambo style approach they adopted, you know, in attempting to arrest our brother from Akwetia. Anyway,
if it is clear that his immunity has been breached, the minority, what would you do?
The Rambo style movement.
What will you invoke? Thank you. And the minority leader, Alexander Penyo, marking there again now establishing to us that the speaker has not been written to. As far as he is concerned, the speaker has
Yes, road says here, Nayako, Reverend Ntim Fordjours fee ho. Make us say, the regular host of the show, my boss Ankasa, Mugabe Master Salifu, Atankruga Biga, the Indian Bailey man ho. Owa Humano so amamenko na menene nkodi nkobon. Enti meteno no, enche yebenya Mugabe Master ho. Na yeneno ending komonti Mugabe Mase wo ho or the report be brain na bibie tumi akonka ye hu wo hwe television ni sesia na mo hwe television wa so awutie me no Reverend Ntim Fordjours fie was Spenters and make us say ye hu the New Patriotic Party NPP hu Kodwo Opon Kroma so na minority leader or the two yete na no DSM sesia afenyo marking ono so the atudwa ye hu NPP ni bi ene supporters be ho mayenkwade nkwati Kodwo Opon Kroma no so nsema oditudwa wo.
Members of the caucus come in because he doesn't speak on his own, he speaks for the entire caucus, and so everybody was here. We had some good interactions, and there's clarity. Nobody will be intimidated. Okay, the minority has a right to raise issues and exercise oversight. Let's go this way, and that oversight will be exercised. And if we elect anybody to speak on any matter, that person speaks on behalf of the caucus. Now, even if the person is a whistleblower, look at the Whistleblowers Act, Act 720. Even if the person is a whistleblower, you are barred by law from intimidating that person. What is all of this about? Over 20 gun-wielding NIB officials here because the minority has expressed a position on a matter and has asked for public. When the MV Benjamin matter took place, a whole public inquiry, Georgina Wood was in the chair, a whole public inquiry was held to try and understand it. What is that the government is afraid of? For which reason, when the man speaks, then you send about 20 NIB gun-wielding, I'm sure you saw them, gun-wielding AK-47 cocked all over the place, wearing masks and hoodies.
Did they get access to his room? Did they get access to him as a person? How long have they been staying here before leaving?
Currently, they are not here. We were there with him. And had some sort of interactions with them. I won't go into details of
with the NIB officials.
Yes, we had some interactions with them. Constitutionally, you cannot just pick up a member of parliament like that. And more so when the caucus, the entire minority caucus, is holding a press conference on a matter, and I am elected to address it or he's elected to address it, and you send about 20 gun-wielding AK-47 wielding NIB officers to his house for what? Because he raised questions about something and asked that the government should investigate something. And I'm telling you the precedent. MV Benjamin, public inquiries were held. So
I'm interested in what are the remedies for him if it comes out clearly that his immunity or his privileges
expressed in parliament. A minority caucus expresses a position in parliament, and you say the person who articulated it has vacated his immunity. Which law is that?
No, I'm asking. There's an established protocol that when you want to interrogate or arrest an MP, you need to write to the speaker, seek his permission, and all of that. If that is breached, what are the remedies for?
It's even a second matter. The first matter is that when the minority caucus expresses a position on a matter, we held a press conference on financial matters, others held press conference on other things. You don't go after the spokesperson of the minority. It has never happened in Ghana's history. Is this the change? That's number one. Number two, even when you need a member of parliament, you saw quite recently the speaker wrote and told them that you have to come to parliament and come and engage the person. Is that what you are seeing here? And that is why, as the minority caucus, we have had to object. Some engagements have taken place. And we are hopeful that the decent right thing will be done, but nobody will be intimidated.
Thank you. And that's MP for Ofasia Yorebe, Honorable Kodwo Opon Kroma there, Elton. Just a few things.
It's Kodwo Opon Kroma, Member of Parliament, Ofasia Yorebe in the Eastern Region, Director of Corporate Communication, the National Lottery Authority. Director, Bibia Boko de
Boko menu.
NLA, Bibia CD.
NLA Boko.
Yeah, the Yamiasi.
The reset agenda near the Adruho.
Correct.
His Excellency the President in your mistake. Say, what reset to a minor. And he's resetting the various state agencies along.
Sanity.
Until the Aquania will be done as it. So on her a Kaye Bimo. Juma dia yaye say yanko honan ko bwane reset gama and ni bon paye say Mini mpanyinfo. Obi ti say Honorable Surugo, former member of parliament. I think he deserves better. And I want to appeal to the leadership of our great party. Say mpanyinfo say we need them in this. We need to tap on their experience. Na dia juma. Hwe nanu ya o. Me kai nyina ya o. Nyame fa ne kransi. One of the our strong pillars. Honorable Ambassador Sampiali. Oh, Ekwajaye. Papa no. Enim die kase a wodo ko any experience a wodo ko jaye no. Enya de a wosusu ho a ebeyi. Na nyame ekutade a there is nothing you can do. You cannot challenge the decision of God. Nti ejidi se nyame pe na waye. Na won fa ne kra ansi na da kwama ye wojide se besa hia. Nti empanyufo na omo wo ho a omo ja adwuma ne ye. Look at him, how he has served this party.
Oh, don't worry.
Maybe on the time. Maybe on the time. Inshallah.
Let us don't.
Maybe on the time.
Forget
His Excellency. I don't think they have forgotten.
And I know President Mama.
The chief of staff in the microphone.
I think at the right time, everything will work out and everybody will be on board.
Okay, and ye sha se dia na ye hwe alleged drug trafficking activities ni ensema ni na baba ye hwe nde mukupi Reverend Fear ye hu se NPP supporters ni members of parliament nso ekogu so mo makwan mu ensema aba Reverend Ntim Fordjours ensensemi mami sha so
quick one me course asam no because asam da hwa ya bogo hwa ye be wi ni ne Honorable Yabe Union and something in a see nene nuna besi.
Okay.
After tomorrow na Krebe Dedi. Honorable Kasambi. And then call for prison per se me DC, per se me say. NDC ni power. Kobaba per DC. I mean, so those in charge, the national chairman, the local government minister, chief of staff, ye Jimudi, we don't doubt your competence. Because you ejuma obi aye party we mo me ti we order the other no atia me e wo me constituency totally sangulu me ti we ni DC wo ho your sister district e Zabzugu na nu ye Zabzugu for dey ye dey mu nya ye adaya enti ase enema kitikiti bi nkofo bi a mu mfata a mu nya ejuma ebi mo mu ndwin party ho ebi mu kwa po an ye fo akuta na nti na odwun ho na etwe nyina atwe say look adia NPP for be year krom ha 8 good years no nya adeketoa we have no time to waste baby a osuna da che no ebeche nse na nwura afu ho nti omo fi say enya party ni na yedwunu ho enya mama nyini party ni government ni nyinche na omo dwunu ho eye yenti na yedwunu ho a I want to appeal to the leadership say yenhwe na yenti na party for eka enya na individual bika enya na chairman bika enya na secretary bika na party for dodo eka enya na ahimfo more importantly the chiefs. I'm not saying we should undermine the chiefs, but we shouldn't over listen to the chiefs. These chiefs were not campaigning for us. 2024 your campaigner we were not going to the ground with the chiefs. I can tell you that I know some of the chiefs. Minimum for now we are NPP for today those chiefs are leading the have taken the lead to tell us when I the chief said they need this one. The chief said they need this one. And we are aspirant. Now we do equal chiefs no who. Na chiefs ni dey ni mawa. We dey ni say what lose that make Christmas support to and support to China. Chiefs cannot decide who become the NDC-DC. Chiefs cannot decide. And to me decide who should be the DC, especially Tatale Sangule. Chiefs cannot decide who should be the DC of Tatale Sangule. We are not going to allow that to happen. It will happen. We are building a party. And then your co-positioner, these chiefs, you will not see them. When we're struggling and fighting to recapture power, where were they? Where were they?
Maybe they were supporting you morally and physically.
Where were these chiefs?
And spiritually.
And the kind of work we did. I think Honorable Ntim Fordjours. Mati say NPP for kwa guni fie menu kase
was sprinters.
It was sprinters. Adaya and before ever exercise your right, their legitimate right, duty. Enti omo kwa kogu. My brother, with all due respect, Honorable, I think the stupidity of NPP is now global. The stupidity of NPP is global. Say, Obia Dintro, Agua Benso. Brenna Bayano. I say, we tia. He who alleges must prove. This is a fundamental principle. Who allege Bibia prove. Sa word when I present Kufo Chopia na win Krum has say who allege I come and prove. I remember when President Kufo was accused of corruption by the vulnerable Kwesi Pratt. Satam no. Wamasia for national security led by one Francis Opoku. I invite him to say one by provincial Musa Kufo where you corrupt. And someone will come by Yano. Omuni who dance here. He should come and assist them with investigation. Now who Osofu Mako. So far we didn't throw. What so far we can somewhere any babu mo. Say abay drugs, abay money laundry. So for Bible brand, nan din sense and someone who can who dance here than try na ye investigation. Have a wood journey. Who say we kaya baku, kaya run who have no wood journey. It tells you that these are pathological liars. They lie their way in opposition. Mama you say, NDC4 you say, and came to power 2016, 2017 at the minimum. 8 years Ghana for munye baby a omudia free na baby omudia bedro. Aniti Ghana for nya opportunity 7 December no 2024 no. Ya pamo mu ya okrum ha. Ya pamu ya wo ko via wo se min kama nu ntum ento na mde baye adwuma. If this is not stupidity, what is it? I may say the stupidity of NPP is global. No, no. If this is not stupidity, what is it? Ghanaians have punished you people because of lies. A tro kontompune dabraba ko hisamunti na yeto abati amu ya. Mu repent ye. And now crop the atofu for na take lead. We cannot live in a country that the so-called men of God, pastors, taking the lead of life, and you expect us to keep quiet. That is not how we reset a country. The lawful arrest now end up before Kwayano, and one of the examples of John Mama resetting agenda. The resetting agenda of President John Dramani Mahama and NDC, they say, you cannot lie on this government and walk free. You cannot. Saba Jim Brenner Achomo and Sibion. Say it's 2015, 2016. People lie through their teeth. Nna Mama today ewo Dubai. Ibrahim Mama got a gold in ya diamano. Then we sit down and allow them to go the same tangent. It will not happen again. Nanu someone can say amuka ne esi mudintro. Musi namu wahu engina so. You the minimum 8 years. You couldn't prove. You couldn't prove. ya pa mo mama abafia instead of you to think rethink na mo start din trouble yes be ya no a we say be dem nko ya be china you have unemployed militants na supporters now mo go crop omunu hu na yam mbobo some NPP supported them say they chinye no mu didi ya omunu nya ombadi sikan kofo we be fum krom ha 8 good years hunu hu de wunya asan look Kontompuli cha by 4 Kontompuli cha by 4 every liar is a criminal. A liar is a criminal. Why do you see? It's so embarrassing that a political party, wababa rule my 8 years, ya pamufra bensono, and within 3 years, you gather yourself to go and defend a criminal. You are defending a criminal. So, wapa omupa omuya dying. Until Fordjours be arrested. Read my lips. We want me confidence from my boss. One Abu Felu Futukwati. I have confidence in him. That man don't communicate by heart. He communicates with facts. Until Fordjours will not be a free man until he answers questions. Until Fordjours will answer questions in this country. We'll bring him out. You lied. Instead of you to be humble enough to say that, oh, my didn't try to abandon so. As someone make yet you have been arrogant trying to defend your lies. And look, they are very unintelligent. And I understand why we are at where we are. When you say NPP does not understand the difference between intel, intel, and suspicion. This is simple, basic. Miamiba Kimati, he understands the difference between suspicion and intel. We were intel about something now. Not to say, Nyawukutano are facts. When you are going, you go all out to execute your plans because intel now ukutani church are there where ukwa kwetwa na ho. And your suspicion, ampo say you the suspicion at a press conference. NPP for bo to say kru amunti ase mu expose me ignorance no. Suspicion then you get the media. Who will entertain this? You think we are going to entertain this nonsense? Ghana is a serious country. Is that how we run a country? No wonder Akufo-Addo ne Bawumia atiti Ghana a pensam no. Because if you have people who believe that who suspect BBI was say we have press conference. It tells you how they govern. Governance is serious business. President Mama is raising the bar. President Mama ebe raise bar no. Until sa empty talks no. Esi. So biya be sorry ni fie. Now what did ya me anunsuo and bisect his mouth to about 90 degrees Celsius. Now what kasa by heart without facts no. Esi NCBU. Eye na no. I am telling you. We are in 2025. They should come along. NPP must come along. We are in 2025. Yet to meet now Prohama MP. Now look, you this in Ntim Fordjours. Also for our dintro, who suffer Makuwe. You were fraudulently elected. That man. You don't even think about how you came into parliament. Ntim Fordjours was fraudulently elected. Yeah, bimuno. Asamno, ya double boom say be call him court. And then was in South. Meaning he was fraudulently elected. And then won't do home. If you want to make a name, is that how we make name? You want to make name through lies? And you have such a person, a deputy education minister, such a sensitive ministry. Contemporary I say on education so. Na yenchira ya message na edintro. Whether he likes it or not.
Okay.
Look, Ntim Fordjours will be arrested.
Medals Mr. Chris Tuga. Namenko Elaji Awadi Sirigoso. Okay, my answer na yebeko Alaji hono. Muma yenti Monabo Dominic Nituo. No so nensembi or the two jabra or call Ntim Fordjours fee answer Alaji Atuya Swama. Yenti Imra.
Let me be frank. I am almost certain 100% that the Minister for Defense will not know this type of operation that they are going to do. Normally, once you get a court warrant, they don't have a court warrant, but we asked them, they didn't have a court warrant. They said, the security persons who came here, they didn't have a court warrant. They said that the faces of the senior officers is a court warrant by itself, which obviously is not granted in any law. So they didn't have a court warrant. And then they came to come and pick him by force. And that is why we are saying no. The Speaker has given a directive that, look, if you want to engage a member of Parliament, arrest a member of Parliament, come to Parliament, interrogate him. If he has committed a crime, he'll be arrested. We don't have a problem with that. In fact, they have engaged no less than 3 members of Parliament from our side. Or do you understand what I'm trying to say? They've engaged our members. The latest, they've engaged our members, and 2 more will be engaged on the 7th. So I'm not too sure why they are doing what they are doing. It's a very simple thing. The man says that, look, I have evidence, I have information that 2 aircrafts came, and I believe that those aircrafts may have carried something contraband, which is not good enough. He never accused any government official. He never accused the NDC party.
I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.